Hello everyone, and welcome to the Vintage Needle Crafter. My name is Laura. Happy New Year! This is my first podcast of the new year. I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas, and I hope you all have plans and goals you want to do in the upcoming new year. I know I have goals and I have plans. So welcome to my channel. Welcome if you are new here. Welcome back returning viewers and subscribers. This is my little corner where I love to sit down and discuss things, all things knit and crochet. Goodness, I couldn't even get through the introduction without stumbling. All right, it's been a busy time. Hopefully I'm not talking too loudly. A couple weeks ago, I had a really bad cold, and it has settled now into my ears, so I can't fully hear out of the one ear. But that too will pass, as well as everything else. I'm sitting in the back room now, back bedroom, and the light in here, I had to put on extra lighting because we have had just terribly dark days, and today it's, right now I'm looking outside, it's snowing and it's raining, and sorry, I had to stop and pause. I had a sneeze attack come on. Oh, I tell you, this weather's just been terrible, especially with sinuses, colds, flus, bronchitis, all the thing. But yeah, that's Illinois for you. I don't know if it's like that where you're at. Probably. I'm assuming so. Okay, I want to get into things I have finished. I have a finished object to share with you this week. And also, what I am wearing. Now this sweater that I am wearing is old. It's from last year, and it is the Dervla sweater. The colors I chose in it are more spring-like colors, so I don't wear it too often as I'm not completely happy with the colors that I did choose. It's got a unique sleeve design. But I'm wanting to make another one in black with white flowers, or black with some kind of, maybe a light pink or maybe purple. Oh my cat, I wish I could turn the camera around. My cat just decided to jump up in the window ledge to watch me film, and he is going to be oh so distracting. So hold on, I'll tend to him. I'll be right back. Well, he's just being naughty. I had to close the curtains over there. We have these limestone concrete ledges that stick out like this far along all the windows, and the cats love to jump up there and sit up there in the sunshine, or just sit up there and kind of paw at the window work just to get your attention. Hopefully he'll jump down in a few minutes, because usually when I close the drapes, he'll get the idea that nobody's paying attention, and he'll jump down. I am so sorry. My apologies. Well, Cat won the battle, and Cat had to go on the front porch while I'm filming this, because he was so feisty and like he ate a bowl of catnip, which he did not. He started climbing the window screen, which will rip it if not careful. So I had to take care of him. So I am so sorry. Now, back to this. I was talking about this. That's the Dervla sweater, and it's a pattern. And I'm going to put a link down in my description if you like the design on this. I'm thinking about black with just some, I don't know. I thought it would be very pretty with maybe a mauve or a pink color changing yarn for the flowers in here, you know. So I'll see. Other than that, it would maybe just a plain white. We'll see. All right, so yeah, that's from last year. And now for the second finished object. I finished my blanket. Last time I podcasted, I had stated that I didn't do any work on it with Christmas and everything, but after Christmas, I got busy and I finished it, and I can't really show you the whole thing on screen, but this pattern is from the winter issue of Crochet World magazine. And it's just triangles that you do and then stitch together at the seam here and make little squares and then sew the squares together. And I seamed mine using a single crochet. That's how I seamed mine together. And then you go around it a few times with the white and then finish off with the red. Over here is a photo of it on my bed. Now I have a queen size bed, so it does not fit, but I like to put it at an angle, give it some eye appeal. I think it looks very nice, and we're going to be getting cold nights coming. So this is going to be very, very handy. So yeah, that's my finished blanket. It's my finished object. I don't count this one as a finished object because this is from last year. Okay. Yeah, that cat is something else. If you'd like to see a picture of him, here he is. That's Tony. That's Tony. We adopted him from a family that Mama Cat had kitties from. All right. Now let's get into current works in progress. Okay, let's see. I've got 3 different things going now. One of which you've seen before, and I didn't really do a whole lot of work on it from the last time you've seen it. This is a self-drafted pattern. It's just a top-down raglan using a rib stitch. It's just a rib stitch. Very, very stretchy. Knit one, purl one. And it's going to be a long sleeve button down the front cardigan for spring, so I have plenty of time to finish. Now, yarn I am using, I am holding double. As you see here, and I want to share a little tip with you. Even though you may be tempted to do this, do not take the yarns and ball them up on a winder double-stranded and then knit with them, because what I found is one will be sticking way up like this and you'll have to keep pulling it down, as I discovered. No, just keep them separate as you're knitting. Now, that is knitted, let's see, needle that I used for this. Needle, it's on a very long number 9 Chiaogu circular needle, 47-inch circular needle. That's just my preferred method. Or it's my preferred needle too, it's my favorite. Those are all I ever use for knitting anymore, pretty much. The yarns, now this is the Lion Brand Wool Ease, not the Quick and Thick. This is the regular Wool Ease worsted, and holding it double with the strand of Rico Essentials Super Kid, let's try to say it, Super Kid Mohair and Silk. So that's what is producing this very soft, halo-y type, fuzzy, soft, squishy. Oh, it's just so soft and squishy. Soft, squishy sweater. It's going to be very, very nice when finished. I will get back to it. Now that I finished my blanket, I can concentrate more on it. Very nice. It's like a dusty rose. So that'll be very, very nice. Okay, there's that. And I also casted on something else for my son. I'm going to be making 2 vests, one for each of my sons. one is not vintage, but this is yarn I had in my stash, and he wanted a navy blue and gray. So I'm going to be making this 3-piece. And this is on a number 10 with a worsted weight yarn, so it's working up quite quickly. I am using Red Heart Soft in the colorway Navy. Navy. So that's my progress on that. I just started it a few days ago. Just came with a 1x1 twisted rib stitch for the bottom, and I'm coming straight up. This is the back piece. And then he said he wanted it trimmed in gray. He wanted a V-neck with buttons. I'm thinking leather look buttons would be very dapper, very nice with that, or wooden buttons would be very nice with that. And then I've got yarn coming in the mail that I ordered for my oldest son. He wanted he wanted me to do the sweater from Christmas Story, the one Flick was wearing, the kid that got his tongue stuck to the pole. But he changed his mind. He says, I think I'd rather have a sleeveless vest, but I want it buttoned down the front. Yes, I want V-neck too, but he wants it 100% wool. He does not want acrylic because he works in the shop and he's a builder and maker in his spare time, and he's usually welding and things like that, so acrylic would not work. Acrylic would melt, as where wool would be a little bit better. So that's what he told me, so I'm going with that. I've got about this color here, like a garnet, maroon, and gray was what he requested. So anyway, now for my next work in progress, and oh, I am loving this one. This is a design by Katarina Designs, and I've just got this much finished so far, and I'm already seeing that the neck is quite large. Now, I followed the pattern to my size, because she says cast on 109. That was my size, and I did, but I'm finding it a little bit, do you see it? It's just a little big. And, you know, acrylic's going to stretch, and it's going to come way out, which I do not want. So my fix is this. I'm just going to take the main color here, which is a Robin Egg Baby Blue. This is a 3-weight. That's the main color. And I'm just going to do a half double crochet, skipping every 4th stitch. I think that will work out really well. Now, the contrast color is this. This is a Yarnsmiths Create. And let me get the, I know where I've got the yarn stashed, and I will grab the ball and I'll tell you what the shade is. But anyway, I'm going to put a link for this as well. This is a very easy design, but it looks very beautiful. Here's a photo, the finished sweater. I think it's just a very beautiful piece. The yoke is just so, it looks very intricate, but it's very, very simple to do. Very, very simple. It's just this neck is a little bit too large for me. But I am getting to where I only have one more repeat. There's 9 rows of repeat. I've got 2.5 here. I need to finish and then do one more. And I think that will be it. I like my yokes to be almost 11 inches. I like them to come way down because my armpit is right here. I like them to come down at least 1.5 inches, maybe 2, because I got lots of arm room under there. This one, I kind of went a little bit closer. So I've only got that much space, but I like to have a little bit extra. But anyway, this is easy to crochet. It's her latest, newest design. I will leave a link for this so you can make your own. It's circular yoke. getting all tangled up. But I'm having a lot of fun with it. There it is. There's a close-up of that. Very nice design. I like that. I love making crochet sweaters because they are so fast and quick to work up. That's what I love about crochet sweaters. I like knitted ones too. It's just that they take time. They take time for me. I am a much, much faster crocheter than knitter. You know, I would really like to learn how to knit holding with this hand instead of flicking the yarn over when I knit. I would like to be able to go, you know, like this as I do with crochet. Some crocheters, they will hold the crochet in one hand and flick the yarn over like this, and not me. I just have it all in one. So I'm much faster at crochet than I am knit. Plus, I've crocheted for many, many more years than I have knit. So those are what I've got going on. Like I said, acquisition is that Dervla sweater. I want to make a black and white one or a black and multicolored for the flowers. I think that would be very, very pretty. I don't want it too colorful because I need more basic colored things in my wardrobe. I've got a lot of things that have a lot of color, but they don't go with a lot of other things. So I can only wear them occasionally. I had made, speaking of Katarina Designs, I had made her snowflake sweater. That's a very, very, very pretty sweater. That's a beautiful one. So yeah, she is one of my favorite crochet designers. She is. She comes up with some pretty interesting things, and they're quite easy to work up. Now let me go get the ball band for this before I forget. Okay. I'm not sure what I said it was. I know I told you it was Yarn Smiths, but it is Yarn Smiths Lagoon. And let me give you the shade number. I can see it. It's 2, oh my, looks like 2J120. These glasses are not very good. My old pair, they're around here somewhere. I misplaced them. I think I left them in my coat pocket last time I went to church, but these are newer ones, and they're a 1.5, and they're just not good enough for little teeny tiny little numbers. Can you see that? And the glare is maybe there. That's the number. That's the number of color Yarn Smiths Lagoon. I love this yarn. It's a number 3 light, and I thought it would be perfect combination with this. And the main color, I bought this last year. I have a whole bunch of these in here. Robin Double Knit. This is discontinued. They had only one shade left over there last week, and it was black, and they've got it down to 75 cents for one of these, but it's almost gone now. It's probably all sold out. This was just a, let's see. There's not very much yardage on here. It's only a 25 gram ball. I've got a dozen of them in here, so hopefully I'll have enough. I should have. I'm looking for the shade, but I don't see it. It's just a robin egg blue, a baby blue. So, all right. I'm going to put these in here and put them all in this bag along with this. Then I'll have it all together if I want to take it on the go. Crochet hook, what did I use for that? She recommends I think it was a number 5. Number 5. 5mm crochet hook for that. That's what I used. And for my blanket, same size. I used the same size, a number 5. And like I said, for the blanket, you can find that in Crochet World magazine, the current issue. I don't think I have it here, but I can run and get it so you can see. Okay, I found it. It is in this current issue of Crochet World magazine. Now, the pattern calls for making the whole squares, but I didn't do that. I did triangles and then sewed them together. It's just how my brain could do it. But there it is in the magazine. I think that's beautiful. And it turned out wonderful. And here's a photo of it on my bed. Like I say. Okay, well, I think that was everything today I wanted to talk about. Yeah, I've just about made myself hoarse. The cat is behaving himself now, Mr. Tony. We call him Big Tony. He was such a tiny little kitten, and he's just getting ginormous. He's almost like a Garfield. But we love him. He's such a sweet kitty. He just wants attention is what it is. It's what it is. He's kind of an in and outdoor kitty. But that's everything. And I talked about my acquisitions and what I'm planning on making, what I'm going to cast on, what I'm going to do. So yeah, and I hope you all have a happy new year. This is going to be my year of changes. My year of changes. My channel's going to pretty much be the same, but I mean, myself changes, and I'll discuss that a little bit later on. I do want to leave you with a quote, a scriptural quote. As most of you know, I'm a Christian, and I found this to be very encouraging, especially in these latter days. And I will try to read it without stumbling because I've got these low glasses. But here we go. This is from my book, The Woman's Secret of a Happy Life. It's a 365-day devotional. It was a thrift store find for $2. Yes, blessed me. That's where I usually find these. But I'm going to read to you here one of the daily devotionals. It's called A Free Woman. The Lord came to help Sarah and did for her what he had promised. So she became pregnant, and at the exact time God had promised, she gave birth to a son for Abraham in his old age. Sarah said, God has brought me laughter, and everyone who hears about him will laugh with me. This is from Genesis chapter 21, verse 1 and 2 and 6. Okay, and the bottom paragraph says, your life in Christ is to be lived to the fullest, not in partial victories and agonizing defeats. You are not to live as Hagar, who was the Egyptian slave. You're not to live as Hagar, a slave to sin, but as a free woman, like Sarah. For once she trusted God to deliver as promised. He brought her laughter, and he sure did, in her old age. She thought all them years about the promise of having a son, and waited, and finally in her old age, the blessed child came. So, yes, we are not a slave to sin. We are not a slave by any means. If you are born again, you are born again in Christ, and you are a new creature, and you are a free woman. So rejoice and make this year of 2025 a happy, blessed one. And with that, I'm going to say goodbye for now, and I will see you all again next week. Take care, friends. Bye.